waning moon, soft coats the deck in the afternoon. We cast the heavy irons to the deep, leaving the promises we couldn't keep. The horizon line is a thin blue wire, cutting through the smoke and the funeral pyre. Old maps are folded and stashed away in a rusted locker where the shadows play. No compass needle points to where we stand, miles from the reach of the hollow land. The gulls are screaming at the empty air while the wind tangles up your silver hair. Ocean free, beyond the cage of the shore. Ocean free, wanting nothing anymore. Ocean free, where the silence is a roar. Ocean free, washing up against the door. The depth is a secret that no man owns, a graveyard of anchors and bleach white bones. The surface is a mirror of a restless mind, leaving the dust of the towns behind. No master to serve and no debt to pay, just the moving mountains of the spray. A lone flare flickers on the edge of sight, a ghost of the commerce and the neon light. But here the water has a different tongue, speaking the songs that are never sung. The oil on the waves makes a velvet stain in the sudden rhythm of the falling rain. We drifted past the buoys and the warning bells, past the merchant sailors and their wooden shells. Now the sky and the swell are the only law, fiercer than anything we ever saw. The world is a pebble in a giant's hand, tossed far away from the solid land. Ocean free, beyond the cage of the shore. Ocean free, wanting nothing anymore. Ocean free, where the silence is a roar. Ocean free, washing up against the door. The shore. Ocean free, wanting nothing anymore. Ocean free, where the silence is a roar. Ocean free, washing up against the door.
The golden dust kicks up behind the wooden slats, where the paint is peeling back like sunburnt skin. The horses pace the length of the whitewashed pine, watching the heavy fog start rolling in. The scent of salt is tangled in the dry wild grass. Beyond the wires where the valley meets the steep, the meadowlarks are settling on the cooling coasts, while the cattle dream of canyons wide and deep. Down where the Pacific grinds the shale to sand, the redwoods lean against the salt-sprayed light. The corral gates swing open to the crashing tide, under the heavy purple veil of the western night. The hills around the waves that never break or fall, crowned with a tangled brush of live oak boughs. The wind is gathering the seeds of coastal sage to scatter them across the weathered rancher's brows. The ocean keeps its distance till the sun goes down, bleeding its copper heat into the restless foam. The saddle leather creaks against the silence now, leading the weary riders and the yearlings home. There is a pulse beneath the floor, the turquoise bay, moving the kelp forest in a slow and rhythmic sway. Down where the Pacific grinds the shale to sand, the redwoods lean against the salt-sprayed light. The corral gates swing open to the crashing tide, under the heavy purple veil of the western night.
Retreats from the emerald crest, where the soil remembers every footstep pressed. Rolling waves of clover bend beneath the breeze, carrying the scent of resin from the ancient trees. A hawk circles wide in the hollow of the sky, watching how the shadows of the drifting clouds fly. The riverbed is paved with stones of silver gray, leading all the weary wanderers back home today. Listening to the timber and the blackbird's call, there's a silence here that speaks of something vast, holding on to beauty that was always meant to last. The sunlight pours like honey on the sloping like a golden bridge. It's fine. Oh, the great green valley where the wild clover grows, deep in the basin where the quiet water flows. It's a wide open cradle for the heart and the bone, the most vibrant garden that a soul has ever known. Oh, the great green valley where the wild clover grows, deep in the basin where the quiet water flows. It's a wide open cradle for the heart and the bone, the most vibrant garden that a soul has ever known.
The morning dew is heavy on the rusted gate. The old truck breathes a cloud into the cold. I watch your hand steady on the steering wheel. The maps are memorized, the stories told. We bypass the houses where the lights stay dark, past the gravel pits and the cedar trees. The tackle box rattles on the floorboard slats, and you are humming soft against the breeze. We find a spot where the river takes a bend, the tall grass bends beneath our heavy boots. You teach me how to knot the nylon line near the bank where the willow hides its roots. The mist is curling off the glassy grave, a heron stands frozen in the reeds. I try to match the silence in your breath, following exactly where your shadow leads. The coffee in the thermos stays boiling hot. The metal cap is shared between us two. A sudden ripple breaks the silver skin. I look across the water straight at you. Cast it out toward the center of the flow. Let the sinking wave pull the secrets deep. There are movements in the dark we cannot know, and promises that the quiet water keeps. It is not about the heavy haul at noon, or the tension when the rod begins to strain. It is sitting on the bank beneath the moon and learning how to stand inside the rain. Ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da. The sun begins to climb the jagged pines, turning the dragonflies to flecks of gold. You talk about the seasons you have seen and how the new can never touch the old. I see the lines etched deep around your eyes, like the currents carved into the muddy floor. You tell me that the largest prize of all is knowing what to leave upon the shore. My thumb is raw from flicking at the reel. The dragonflies are dancing on the court. The world feels narrow, just as wide as this fog on the heavy city and the world. We share a sandwich wrapped in wax and sheep, the mustard sharp against the summer heat. You show me how to read the swirling pools where the pebbles and the moving shadows meet. The afternoon is stretching long and lean. The dragonflies are hovering in place, I see a lifetime written in your hands and mirrored in the stillness of your face. Cast it out toward the center of the flow. Let the sinking wave pull the secrets deep. There are movements in the dark we cannot know, and promises that the quiet water keeps. It is not about the heavy haul at noon, or the tension when my love begins to strain. It is sitting on the bank beneath the moon and learning how to stand inside the rain.
The gravel roads were winding through the valley of our pride. I traded in my silver coins just to take a Sunday ride. You wore a dress of calico and ribbons in your hair. We didn't have a destination and we didn't even care. The radio was humming tunes from towns we'd never seen. I was barely 17 and you were acting like a queen. We carved our names in old bars just to watch the seasons fade, living on the promises that young and foolish hearts have made. Oh, those summers vanished like the dust behind the wheel, with the only kind of kindness that a restless soul can feel. I loved the finest girls that ever walked upon this clay, before the wind came howling and blew the years away. We sat upon the riverbank and watched the water run. Two shadows tangled in the light of the dying ember sun. You spoke about the future like a book you'd already read, while I counted up the milestones and the miles still ahead. Like the dust behind the wheel, with the only kind of kindness that a restless soul can feel. I love the finest girls that ever walked upon this clay, before the wind came howling and blew the years away. Oh, dust settles on the doorstep where I stood. The engine hummed a low and hollow sound. I watched her shadow shrink against the wood, until her silhouette could not be found. The gravel spit beneath the rolling wheels, the map is folded tight upon the sea. 1,000 miles of asphalt lay ahead. I felt the heavy pull of cold retreat, while every word we traded turned to lead. The rearview mirror holds a ghost of gray. She leaned against the peeling garden gate. The salt was tracing lines upon her face. I left her to the mercy of our fate, and vanished in the wideness of the space. I hear her sobbing through the rushing wind. The radio is static and decayed. The billboards flickered by like dying sparks. I traded all the gold for shades of clay, and left my name carved deep into the box of trees that lined the street I used to know. She leaned against the peeling garden gate. The salt was tracing lines upon her face. I left her to the mercy of our fate, and vanished in the wideness of her space. I hear her sobbing through the rushing wind. Settles on the blacktop lane, where we traded shadows for the hurricane. Our knuckles stained with the grease of the night, chasing the ghosts into the morning light. The silver strings are heavy with the years, but there is a fire that never disappears. We are the golden boys of rock. The radio static is our only prayer. We built a kingdom out of the heavy air. No map to follow and no bridge to burn, just the hard lessons we were forced to learn. The amplifiers hum like a restless hive, keeping the fever of the youth alive. We are the golden boys of rock. and the city block, with hearts forged in the furnace of the beat, carving our names on every jagged street. We are the golden boys of rock.
The dust kicks up against the desert floor. Your leather heels are knocking at my door. The engine purrs a heavy, steady sound. Wait for the moment when we leave this ground. Fuel is heavy and the sky is wide. There is no reason left for us to hide. The painted metal reflects the setting sun before the silver evening has begun. Hey mama, come on my Mustang, let your snakes and the eggs dance upon the dash. We are the thunder when the gears engage, writing our names across the open page. Hey mama, come on my Mustang, let your snakes and the eggs grab the golden flash. Your boots are shimmering like desert scales, tracing the map along the lonely trails. Shift the chrome into the highest gear, watching the city's shadows disappear. The wind is pulling at your tangled hair. We breathe the fever in the cooling air. Copper light is fading in the glass, watching the miles and the memories pass. Hey mama, come on my Mustang, let your snakes and the eggs dance upon the dash. We are the thunder when the gears engage, writing our names across the open page. Hey mama, come on my Mustang, let your snakes and the eggs grab the golden flash.